Hi you guys, we are here at AgriTech, which is an agricultural expo here in Chisamba, and we have done all the research for you if you are thinking about acquiring farmland here at home, especially the small holdings we have for you in Chisamba. We've done all the research, we've asked all the questions, including what you should grow, what you should plant, what kind of livestock you should have, and most importantly, how to make farming a successful business. I have to admit, I've been inspired and I can't wait for you to watch this video, so don't go anywhere. If we haven't met before, my name is Natasha Chumia and I'm the CEO of Diaspora Connect. And on this channel, I like to give you information and inspiration on the Zambian real estate market. So let's get in today's video where we are at the 8th edition of the AgriTech Expo in Chisamba, which is the only professional business-led expo that services the entire agri value chain of Zambia and its neighboring countries. Now, I have to admit, you guys, I'm a city slicker, born and bred in Lusaka, but just after 10 minutes of being here, I am so inspired about farming. It's actually making me think about a lot of ideas about using farmland. So if you're interested in farmland, especially the agricultural small holdings that we have in Chisamba, then this video is for you. Like I said, we asked all the questions and we did all the research, so we're actually going to share with you some interviews that we did with people in the agricultural sector on how you can make farming a successful business venture. And also today is actually the official opening of the expo, so if we're lucky, we might just get a glimpse of the president opening the expo.
My name is Eric Mwenda, Head of Vegetable Business Unit at Sitco. Vegetable production, basically what I can simply say is that first of all, we have products which are vegetable seeds that we have at Sitco. We've got different categories of vegetable seeds. We have what we call the OPV varieties, which are the common varieties or maybe traditional varieties, if you can put it that way. And then we also have improved varieties, which we are calling hybrid varieties. First of all, what you should understand is that Chisamba is a farming area, and there are a lot of farmers around Chisamba. But what is key is that there are crops that are being grown in this area, and most of those crops, first of all, we've got a lot of tomatoes being grown, hybrid tomatoes being grown. Then number two, they can also grow some cabbages. We've got different varieties of cabbages. We can advise them which one they can grow at what particular time. And apart from that, we've got the rape. And then apart from that, we also have our sweet peppers, red and yellow pepper. So all these ones I've mentioned, they can easily be grown in Chisamba. And then apart from that, of course, onion now is a big thing on the market. So even the onion can also be grown by the farmers within Chisamba area. No, a hybrid seed is an improved seed which actually gives the first of all, it has good characteristics. One, disease tolerance. You don't get too much of the diseases, even when it's attacked by the disease, but you don't actually have it too much like the way you can get when it's not a hybrid. So there's disease tolerance, number one. Number two, there's yield. You're able to get more yield from a small piece of land. So that's all about a hybrid. And apart from that, there's also uniformity. So uniformity means that when you have grown, for example, some cabbages from one end to the other end, you'll be seeing that each and every head of cabbage is uniform. So there's that uniformity that you get when you're growing the hybrids. OPV, the uniformity is not there, so you don't really get the uniformity that you get from the hybrid. And apart from that, sometimes you need a lot of chemicals to control the diseases because they are heavily attacked by diseases and the insects. And apart from that, they are not coming from from pure parents. I don't know how I can explain that, but in a simpler term, what we are saying is that you get different characteristics that are put together and some of them may not have the best qualities that you are really looking for in a crop. So when you have got a hybrid, it means these are, you know, selected very well, in the sense that we are trying to avoid a particular disease which should not be there, and on the other side, that particular disease is not really defined, so it can easily be affected at any time. And then what is also important is that these particular crops are grown in different areas, and also by different farmers depending on their market need. And then apart from that, we also provide technical support to our farmers, giving them more information so they're able to understand the type of crop they are growing and at what times or seasons and periods. And then of course they are also advised even how big should the project be depending on their market and things like that. So there's also an after sales service, you know, whereby they are bought from us, and then we also follow up with them and then give them more information so that they're able to grow the quantity and the quality that is required for the market.
Good afternoon, I am Audrey Dutoy. I am Commercial Sales Manager for Seedco. My position is really integrating with farmers to help them choose the correct plots for their particular farms, the correct varieties for their particular areas, to make sure that they make money out of farming. In Chisamba, there's probably 3 crops. If we're talking specifically row crops, so right now I'm excluding vegetables, there's 3 crops that farmers specifically grow. The first is soybeans, where you will find me. I'm standing in the soybeans right now. The second, if you have irrigation, is wheat. And then the third is maize. So your 2 summer crops are either soybean or maize, and your winter crop irrigation is wheat. Our agronomists can help to enlighten farmers on specific varieties for each specific area. And we also have a product development department which tests all of the varieties around the country. So if you come to us and you say, I'm in this area, what does well in my area? You can rest assured that Seedco has already done trials of all of the varieties in your specific area, and we know which varieties will grow best, which crops and which varieties will grow best for you in your specific area. Farming in Zambia is a no-brainer, to be honest. We have the most amazing rainfall. We're a very water-rich country. We have beautiful weather, we have lovely sunshine, and we have good soils. Some of our soils are amazing, some of them aren't quite so good. So we also have an app which is amazing. We call it the agronomist in the pocket. Our app, which is called Seedney, and you will find it in your app store, you will find Seedney. Our app will tell you whichever crop you want to grow, which Seedco can provide the seed from, you will find it in our app. You will find the information for each variety. You will find, even if you log in, if you scan your barcode, you will receive weekly notifications on exactly what you need to do to your crop each week so that you have a good crop. So AgriTech is it's an annual event, and it is obviously, by its name you can tell that it is agriculturally based. You will find, I think, the majority of agricultural companies that operate in Zambia, and there are also some external companies here. You will find seed companies, you will find crop protection companies, you will find implement companies, you will find companies that sell tractors, companies that sell solar power. everything, technology, everything is to be found at AgriTech. It's a really good starting point for anybody who is involved in agriculture of any kind.
My name is Jafet Saifanda. I'm the operations manager for AgriTech Zambia. AgriTech is an irrigation company. So we do manufacture irrigation equipments like center pivots. Then we even do drip. We even do like overhead like sprinklers. Yes. So we cater for everyone, the small scale farmers and the commercial farmers. For the emerging farmers, they say when they come to AgriTech, first we sit down with them, we ask them, what do you want to do? Then after that, when you see that, we advise them to say, okay, for this crop that you want to do, this is the type of irrigation that you do. We even visit the farms. When we visit those farms, we don't charge them. It's for free. So we are helping them also. Then after that, we give them the complete irrigation BOQ. That irrigation BOQ now, from there, we even tell them to say, if you want, you see the prices, if they are cheaper, you can get from AgriTech. But if you have even seen them somewhere else, you can even buy. So from the emerging farmers, we even do the installations for them, yes. So I can say for the installation, it's complimentary. Some of them we don't even charge. Yeah, if we see like it's a small irrigation system, we even say, okay, for this one, just give us, let's say, 4 of your workers, then they will send one of the experts just to go and show them how to do it, provided they buy the equipment from us. Farming is a good business if you are using the best equipment and the best method. You know, most of the farmers, they don't know. Like the example that I gave you at first. You find that someone wants to do farming. Let's say he wants to do 1 hectare. You will just go and see any machine, let's say for a rain gun. Because with the machine, again, it depends with the area that you want to irrigate. So if farming is a business, you find that some equipment that are expensive. I can't give you a pivot for 1 hectare, no. That one is too expensive. Why should you spend $20,000 on 1 hectare? Then there are even other methods where we can only spend about $8,000 or $12,000 to do that 1 hectare. Because I know at the end of the day you need to make profit. But if you want just to do your own way, that's why you find someone they have failed. They say, no, our family maybe it's just for these guys who have got money. Because why you didn't consult the experts? So that's why we're saying to the AgriTech, you should come. We even advise you to say, okay, for you, for that piece of land, this is the type that you can use for you to make money. So it's a very good investment, because I've seen a lot of farmers, they have made it. Those who like consulting, but if you don't want to consult, you fail.
My name is Flavia Nyamazana. Why I went into dairy farming is because you don't need a lot of land. What is important is to have water nearby. Because with water you can do anything and you can grow all the grasses that you need for the animals. Variety of grasses that you can do for the animals. Like behind me, you can see there is some grass, some legumes, some also sorghum. Though we have different types of sorghum. There is sorghum sugar grass and just the forage sorghum. I always want to encourage my fellow friends, those who want to venture into anything, that dairy farming is one of the best, because you don't need a lot of land. All what you need is water. If you can't have a running stream, you can drill a borehole where you can be getting water from. So because for dairy farm, they don't need to go to graze. You can just keep them at the backyard and then try to feed them with the grass that you grow. Yes, because this same grass, they also increase the milk production.
My name is Adam Gordon-Strong. As a farmer, I farm here in Chisamba. And with ZNFU, I'm the area director for large-scale farming for Zambia. So I sit on the ZNFU's board of directors. But coincidentally, I'm also the area chairman for Chisamba district. So my job at a district level is to coordinate problems of farmers, concerns, whatever it is, to the union in some way, shape or form. Not on my own necessarily. There's a team of guys at the union that I work with. And And the ZNFU as an institution is there to support farmers and to lobby government. That is our primary objective. We can offer a membership for your clients, and through that membership they can, once they remember, they can come forward and they can say, we've got this problem or that problem, how do we deal with it, or how do we access information on this, or how can you support us? Obviously there's limits to what and how we can go about that, and it's really just a one-on-one conversation with that individual person to say, what is the problem and how can we help, if we can help. Small scale farmer, you can join for as little as 100 kwacha a year. It's not a big expense, and then you will have access to all the services offered by the ZNFU. There's a lot of there's all sorts of challenges, and that all depends on what you want to achieve as a farmer. You know, if you're wanting to come and farm in Chisamba and generate an income, what can you produce? How much land have you got? What are your limiting factors? Have you got access to water? Have you got access to power, to Zeska? All these factors come into play to then build a model that's going to be workable for you. So it's not a one size fits all approach. Markets have been historically a problem in Zambia. Maize is a political crop, we all know that. Often it's access to information. Sitting on the panel I sat on today, information for farmers, especially small scale farmers, seems to be one of the biggest problems, and lack of education at the grassroots level. We need to educate our grassroots farmers better and find ways of getting information to them that makes practical sense to them and allows them to act and react to situations as they change on the ground. At a commercial level, it's a slightly different problem. It's more about accessing markets, although that does not exclude small-scale farmers. The small-scale farmers need access to markets just the same as large-scale farmers, but often large-scale farmers will have off-take agreements with suppliers and things like that, because they'll be, let's say, for instance, borrowing a big chunk of money. Before they can borrow that money, the lender would like some assurity that there is a market for this product. So the mechanisms work slightly differently. I think at a small scale level, it's often access to machinery, inputs. I would assume your clientele and most of your clients would have access to more finance and income, so that would be less affected by those constraints. But their physical, the fact that they're not physically present here, I think is their biggest risk. Farming, remote farming and cell phone farming is not, it's a quick way to lose money. I've spoken to quite a few Zambians. They say, hey, I've got a farm in Chongwe, and every time I'm not there, the guys on my farm, my goats are dying, and this is going on and that. And I said, guys, you have to be on your farm. It's as simple as that. Farming is a lifestyle choice. You know what I mean? You've got to be prepared to live out there somewhere, not in town, not near the coffee shops. And that's where the challenge comes from, because people want to live in the big city but have the farm life. I'd say to people who want to maybe invest in some land or in a farm for the long term, find a place where you've got perhaps some water, perhaps people that are going to have similar mindset to you, and somewhere where when you go there you're happy. That's I think good advice for anything in life. So that's the way I see it. To Chisamba, we're lucky that the event happens to be on our doorstep because of the geography of Zambia. But unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of lovely stuff that you're seeing all around here, but a lot of our farmers don't have access to this. You know, the small scale farmers are excluded because they simply can't afford to access a lot of the stuff. And then the commercial guys likewise. They might have a bit more cash, but if they don't have access to a dam, anything related to irrigation goes out the window. Irrigation is again a very expensive investment. It needs long-term planning, and the problems are very multifaceted and they're complicated, and you've got to take each one individually and look at how you're going to address that individual problem for your scenario. As farmers, this Agri-Expo exposes us to new technologies, new ideas, new companies that are there competing. Good competition brings down price, things like that. But it's not a silver bullet in itself, this Agri-Expo, but it's nice to have it here. First started farming in 1996. I left school in 1996 and I started farming in 1996. Not for myself, I worked for my uncle here in Chisamba. We were growing a lot of maize. We used to grow 2,000 hectares of maize then. And that was our primary job, and tobacco. And I've stayed in Chisamba. I still grow maize. I grow wheat, soybeans, groundnuts, cattle. We've put in macadamias and we're putting in citrus now, and we still grow tobacco. So we are very diversified. We spread our risk across different crops, spread our risk across different income streams, whether they export dollar-based, local, so cattle is local kwacha-based, so citrus local kwacha-based, macadamia export premium markets. So they're very different markets and have different risks to them. As a farmer, my biggest advice is that if you want to make, there's no quick money in farming. Farming, like I said, is a lifestyle. It's something that you need to be prepared to be putting in 20 years of your time, and slowly learning through trial and error, taking some risks. But one of the big keys is to have enough money to start, and prepared to take risk, and make the right choices on your farm. When you make a choice to invest in something, play to your strengths. Look at, do you have water? Don't you have water? If I don't have water, what can I realistically produce without putting my business at risk? And those often present the biggest challenges to individuals, to people, because they don't tend to be honest with themselves. They assume that, no, well, we'll just make a plan, and it doesn't always work like that. You have to have sound business acumen, and challenge yourself for the right answers and for the honest answers.
I hope you guys learned as much from this video as I did. Like I said in my intro, I am a city slicker, born and bred. It's my first time to come to this Agri-Expo, and I can tell you I have been so inspired, and I hope you have too. So if it has whet your appetite for acquiring farmland, especially here in Chisamba, then click the link below this video and you will get more information on the Chisamba small holdings that we have for sale. So I hope that you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please share it with another Zambian in your community who you know is interested in acquiring some farmland here at home. And connect with us on social media. You know we love to chat with you guys there. But otherwise, it is bye for now from Chisamba.